Hey guys, today I want to talk about veterans scams. There's a lot of veterans over here now that are getting scammed by these outfits that are telling you that they can raise your disability, you know, a lot more than what you're getting now, and they'll help you out. And they what they do is they charge a certain amount, but what they're not doing is they're not telling you the full amount, and they're having you sign kind of fishy documents and stuff. And one of these places is up in Angeles that I heard about, and I'm not going to give the name of the place. It's very close to one of the local hangouts up there. And one of the guys called me and asked me, and he showed me a picture of the guy's card and everything, and I was like kind of shocked because when I asked one of the other guys, he says, "Yeah, that's the people that I was dealing with. Those are the people that ripped me off and tried to scam me and stuff like that." And what they did was, from what he said that they had him sign a bunch of papers and stuff to start everything. And what they did was they started signing everything kind of over to go to them, like all his money and stuff like that to go to them. It was getting kind of fishy, and they were putting in for things that he didn't even put in for. And the stuff showed up at the regional office up here, and he called up and found out all this different stuff, and some of the stuff was getting changed. And he said, "I'm going to pull that back. I'm not going to do that." But the fact that they actually opened up his claim, and it could have lowered him. And he says they didn't really do a good job on what they were doing either, and they had lied about a lot of stuff. So I was thinking about that, and I said, I better start warning people about this, because if you're going to do something, either do it yourself or do it with a VSO. VSOs are veteran service officers that work with veterans like us, and they'll help you out to put in your claim and make sure they're legit claims. Put in a legit claim with legit papers to back it up and stuff, and you'll be good. A lot of these people will try to talk you into putting in for stuff that you're not eligible for, because it's not legit, And this place here was putting in for all kinds of stuff. But anyway, this person that told me this, what they did was they started really educating themselves a little bit about veterans affairs and veterans news and everything that has to do with veterans. He started reading up on it. He started going to these meetings that they have, and he started finding out about all this stuff. And he has a lot of knowledge now, and he told me about some of the stuff that happened to him. And I had messaged him about this other guy that told me he met somebody on a plane. The guy gave him his card or whatever, and when I asked him about that, he says, "Yeah, that's the place that's ripping people off. They're getting like 6 months worth their benefits and stuff like that." If you're paying 6 months worth of your benefits for somebody to help you to do what's probably like a day's worth of work, you're getting screwed, because they're not going to put in that many hours. It doesn't take that long. Even if they send somebody with you and stuff, or if they have you see their doctors or whatever, I'd be a little worrisome about seeing their doctors. I would be a little bit worried about seeing some of their doctors, because you might not be getting legit information even about your own issues, okay? Some of these doctors, they'll probably call them and say, "Hey, he needs help with this here. He needs records of this, this, and this. Can you help him with that?" And the doctor might say, "Yeah, I'll do that. This is what I want to do it." I'm just saying, that's the way some of these organizations work. It was been working like that back in the U.S. But this particular organization that these guys have been telling me about is way overcharging, and they're trying to act like, from what these guys told me, as regular VSOs, saying that they're registered with the Philippine government. You don't register with the Philippine government. You register with the VA regional office to be legit, and you have to go through certain courses and stuff like that to become a VSO. I'm not sure how they do it or where they do it, or if it's an online course or whatever, but I know that they have to have a certain amount of knowledge before they can become a VSO. And they only have so many names on that list, and if you're not on that list, you shouldn't be going. You guys shouldn't be going to them. If they only go to the people on that list. Let me say this: for most of you guys that want to put in a claim, a lot of it can be done yourself. You can go to the regional office and say, what papers do I need? What papers do I need to do? What do I need to do so that the people that at the VA can look at all my records, my VA records, and what documentation you can ask them. They'll help you there. They're very helpful people at the VA regional office up here in Manila. They're decent, good people. I've heard some complaints about people. It's because some people get so hot-headed when they get up there. Let's face it, as we get older, there's a lot of guys that get kind of grumpy, and they take that with them to the VA. They take it with them to the embassy. They take it wherever they go with them. They carry it like a badge of honor that I'm going to be the most honorary son of a bitch in the Philippines if I don't get what I want. And you can't be that way in the Philippines. You can't. And I find, when you're nice to people, you're going to get a lot more. I was helping a particular guy. I took him to the VA. He asked me to take him to the VA. And he thought he was going to get his way with the VA here. He thought he was going to get some things done. And I know all the people at the VA. They know me. They might not know my name, but they know me. And when I took this guy in, I was actually kind of embarrassed afterwards because of the fact that he started mistreating the people there and pushing what he thought was he didn't even have a service connection, but he said he could be treated there because some former VA nurse called and said, to check and make sure that he could do it. And then when he got there, he found out exactly what I told him. You cannot get in here without a service connection. He kept insisting, and they wouldn't even let him pass the guard station, which I found kind of, interesting, because the way he was talking was that he was an officer and he was this and he can do this and that. And, and that doesn't work over here. It won't get you anywhere in it. You always need to treat these people nice at the VA. And when you get inside there, if you are a veteran who has service connections and stuff and you're new here, don't let your temper get ahead of yourself. It's the worst thing that you can do in that VA, because you know what? You will not be treated the same after you do that, because people remember. They're like elephants. Filipinos are like elephants. They remember stuff. You go in there and you treat them with respect, and you'll get more done in there. You can do your claim by yourself. They will help you do it if you need help. You can also watch all kinds of YouTube videos on how to submit claims. There's all kinds of veterans out there that are trying to help people by doing these videos and stuff like that. And most of them are legit. And they will tell you how to do it and how easy it is. And it's basically pretty easy. A lot of guys are coming over here and they're putting in claims because back home they had a tough time with them or whatever. And over here, it's a friendlier atmosphere, and you know what? I see a lot of people getting what they deserve over here, and there are people getting turned down too. It happens. It happens back in the U.S. It's going to happen over here. I think it's a much friendlier atmosphere here, though. I think you're more likely to get things done over here. I think that it's cheaper over here if you need to go get some tests. Over here, I've had several veterans that when they went through the CMP exams, the CMP doctor sent them up, told them to go get this done and send it in also, and they had to pay for it out of pocket. But the CMP doctor says, and that will cement your claim or what have you, and that'll fix it so that they know for sure that you have this. And the person went out and got it done, and it proved that he did have that issue. And it supported his claim, and he ended up getting a lot more than what he thought he was going to get. And I've seen several people also that have been turned down over here, and they appealed it, and it's gone through. So don't be afraid to go in there to the VA and put in a claim or whatever. Don't be afraid to put in for whatever you think you deserve. If it's legit, it'll happen. If it's not legit, it probably won't happen. If you got it backed up and you can support your claim, I can almost guarantee you, not 100%, but I can almost guarantee you that it'll probably go through here if you have the proper paperwork to back up your claim. And don't put in for stuff that you don't have. Don't put in for false stuff or anything else. You can also put in for secondary claims, though. Claims that might be, like if you have high blood pressure and let's say it's causing some kidney problems or something, you can put in for that. If you got a service connection for high blood pressure, whatever, you can put in for kidney issues if that's causing you kidney issues or causing you something else. It can cause a lot of problems. Everybody knows that high blood pressure and diabetes, all that stuff can cause all kinds of issues. And if you have any of that stuff service connected, that's secondary. In most cases, there's a lot of secondary things. If you walk a certain way, it can affect your hip or your gait or your the way it can hurt your back, or it could be your back that's hurting your leg or your hip or whatever. It can work both ways. Those are secondary conditions that you can put in for. The VA here, for people that have service connections, is excellent. Excellent. I consider this one of the better VAs for a clinic. For a clinic. Keyword, for a clinic. It's not a hospital. They don't do everything. They don't pay for miles over here for wherever you're coming from, because they would break the bank here, because some people are coming up from Mindanao. Some people are coming down from Thailand. They're not going to pay you for that. They won't pay you for that. That's one of the reasons why they stopped it, and also people were taking advantage of it, and they found out about it. It became like a running joke here. Man, when I go up to the VA, I can go out and have a few nights out on the town and stuff like that because I'm coming from Mindanao or whatever. Or they would say that they were coming from Mindanao, and they weren't. It was things like that. It's the guys like that wreck it for all us guys that are legit. All you guys out there that are legit people, it's the other guys that wreck it. But anyway, guys, I want to put this out about scams and stuff today. I thought it was kind of important. And be aware. Be aware out there that there are scammers out there. And there's more than just one. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Just because somebody's a veteran doesn't mean that he's out for your best interests. There's a lot of veterans out there that attack veterans, online and stuff like that. And it's they're the same people as the other people around us. They're no different. Don't think that just because that person's a veteran that they're going to help you. A lot of cases, that's just not true anymore. When you were in the military, people looked out for each other and stuff. Now that you're out of the military, they're just like anybody else. Be careful of scams, guys, and be careful of other people out there. You're not going to be. They're not going to look out after your best interests all the time. Use a regular VSO that's okayed by the VA regional office here, and you'll be in a better spot. God bless, guys. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I feel it's real important to you guys to make sure you guys are safe out there and you don't get scammed. God bless.